stage missile. If it's two stages, it might be able to get that far, not so much at one stage, and it becomes somewhat less reliable. But even best case scenario, they launch this, California has nothing to worry
Tom,
about.
the mainland United States is not at risk at all. Hawaii is not at risk. Possibly the west coast of Alaska. But what is at risk is Korea, Japan, and certainly down in Guam, very much so underneath that umbrella.
And Guam really matters.
Very important. That's where the United States Air Force has a very large B-52 bomber presence. And those bombers are used in the defense of the peninsula, so it's critical that they stay protected.
And of course, tens of thousands of troops in other areas here. One last question about all of this. If in fact this launches, one of these missiles, two of these missiles launch there, whether or not North Korea says it's a test, what happens immediately with all of our forces in
Tom, when that missile launches, it sets off an IR, an infrared signature, which is picked up from our satellites in space. It's then tracked by sea, land, and air-based radar. And it will determine, that totally automated system will determine the attitude, the azimuth, and the location of where that missile is headed.
So computers start tracking it. This is, by the way, an inertial guided missile. Once it's launched, there's no guidance on it, so they will know pretty much where it's going. And if it's headed toward any U.S. or allied target, a ship, land, anything,
that missile will be taken out by a high-altitude anti-ballistic missile system. It will be gone.
So there are many, many steps, as you can see, Wolf, in the analysis of where these missiles may be and what North Korea's intentions may be, but the response, no matter what they say, would largely be the same. Wolf?
Would be intense indeed. Guys, thanks very much. Let's bring in our chief international correspondent, Christiane Amanpour. She's also the global affairs anchor for ABC News. Also joining us, CNN's Fareed Zakaria, the anchor of Fareed Zakaria GPS. Christiane, what's motivating all this tough talk from Kim Jong-un and his generals in North Korea?
I think it's